going on, guys? Today I'm showing you how to make a PLAYBOI CARTI, SOFAYGO, you know, those type of rappers, you know? I'm just going to show you how I do one of those type of beats. I'm also going to be leaving the drums I use down in the description below so you can download them yourself and also go make the same type of beat. And yeah, just get right into it. So first off, shout out to MoneyXO for this crazy loop that I used. I'm going to be going more into the drums, but I'll just quickly show you how I mixed all the loops together. So I'll just start off with this part right here, the main synth. I just put some EQ on there, like this, cutting out the lows. I also put some reverb on there. Then I also put this love filter effect automation clip that I'll show you at the end, what I did with that. And then I turned it down quite a bit, and this is how it was sounding like. Then there was like this bass thingy right down here, which I also used. All I did with this bass right here was I just put some EQ on there and some reverb like this, and this is how it sounded like. Then the next thing that came with the loop was this just like this little piano. I don't know exactly what this was, but really all I did there was I just put some EQ on there that looks like this, and this is how that sounds like. So that's kind of just in the background. I mean, you don't really hear it that much if you're not really listening too closely. And then the last thing there was this bass right here. All I did for that was I put a bit of EQ on there and cut out the highs because I wasn't feeling them. So this is how the bass sounds like after that. And after that, I pretty much went straight into the drums. Like I said, I also have some automation clips down here, but I'll get into those at the end of the video. So what I did was I started off with this clap right here and no effects on it. Then the next thing I did, I added a snare to it just to layer it with just another snare so that the clap hits a bit harder. Yeah, you can already hear it, just a tiny bit difference, but I just liked it like that. The next thing I did was I put down these hi-hats right here, and with those hi-hats what I did was I cut out some of the lows, and I also panned it a bit to the right because yeah, that just sounded better. So this is how it sounded like. After I had those hi-hats, I went over to the 808 and put down this pattern right here. After I had that down, I added this kick right here, and I just turned this kick up quite high. It's quite a hard kick anyway, and it just plays every other bar so that it like just hits extra hard every time it comes in. The next thing after that, what I did was I added this open hat right here, and no effects on that. It just sounds like this. I also added another open hat right here that just hits in between and just gives like the whole feeling. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but it's just another open hat. And then I also added this crash right here. That crash actually has some reverb on there and a bit of delay, and this is how it sounds like. And that crash just plays every time the verse or the hook starts. And then the last thing I added to the drums was this snare right here, and also no effect on that either, and this is how it sounds like. So that's pretty much it for all the drums and the melody and all that. So the next thing I did was, like I said, I had these two automation clips. The first automation clip I added was to the main melody, and it's this love filter effect. If you scroll through these presets, you'll find it. It's like this wobble effect, and I put it down, made it into an automation clip and put it down here. Throughout the verses, I'll just put it up sometimes, it will give this wobble effect. And this is how that sounds like. So that's how it sounds like, and yes, yeah, so throughout the verses I'll just play that sometimes, and it just switches up the melody a bit so that just not too repetitive. And yeah, then the other thing I did was I put halftime on the master, and just at the end of the beat, so that when this last hook is over, it's just like the outro is in halftime, and you hear that in a lot of famous beats and all that, and this is how that sounds like. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the whole beat. I'll just quickly go into the arrangement. So there was like this little intro that came with the loop from Money XO. So that's just like this little intro part here. I'll play that for you real quick.
Money XO, let's get it.
And DJ, you're going crazy.
So that's how that was sounding like. All I did for that intro, a loop right there, was I just cut out some of the lows and put some reverb on there. Nothing too crazy. So you also might have noticed that all four of these loops also sounded way louder than the rest of the loops throughout the whole beat. And the reason for that is I haven't EQ'd out the lows here, so it just sounds louder. But it's just actually more full. Throughout the rest of the beat, the lows are EQ'd out, so that the 808 has space to hit. But just for the intro, when there's no 808, it's just the intro, so it has to be a bit more louder and a bit more full, because there's not really many vocals at the start. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, after that, it just drops into the hook right here. Yeah, it's just all the drums pretty much except the snares. On the second part of the hook, I just added in another thing so it's not too repetitive. Then over here, this is the verse. So it just starts off slow, then adds more drums, then the snares come in, and like I said, this wobble effect from the love filter is also down there. Then this is the second hook just copied over, but this time throughout both of them, that bass thing is at the bottom. Then you have the second verse right here. It's almost the same as the first one, just some drums are different. You know, just play around with them a bit so it's not too repetitive. Then like this tiny little bridge over here where the bass comes in again, and then this is the last hook over here, the third hook, and then this outro, like I said, with the halftime. And that's the full beat right there. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, I'm gonna leave like a mini drum kit with all the drums that I used here down in the description, and let me know what you want to see next and all that stuff. But other than that, peace.